Hello, and welcome to the RWBY Nation podcast. I am Winter, the community manager at RWBY Nation. And today we have...
I'm Sun. I run the admin OCRP.
I'm Neptune, the admin feels bad.
And I'm Adam. I just post.
Good.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So today's episode is the first episode after the first episode of Season 3 of RWBY.
Season 3, hi.
Volume 3, whatever. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You need to get us right.
Yes, I know.
Hi.
Just hype. Alright. So we're going to review a lot of what happened actually in the episode.
I'm ready. I've seen it 10 times in 2 days. I'm
I've
not
seen it
even
once, so
exaggerating.
Dude, it was so good.
The first 2 minutes I cried twice, not even lying. Oh my god.
Oh,
It was definitely worth the wait.
So from that, though, do you guys think we're going to even see...
a moving Taiyang.
Yes, a moving tie-in. That's what I was
God, that
gonna
was
say.
so creepy. Like, to be honest.
The
I just-
2D Taiyang.
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
They could have at least 3D animated him and just
They
like, had him
could,
stay
yeah.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they didn't even need like a 2D. I don't know.
I think that was just foreshadowing that he wasn't actually gonna have a speaking role in this season.
Yeah.
Probably.
God, it was like he was
There's
just staying there, dude.
Like, cause like little Zawai was just like hi, and then you just have like stoic Taiyang.
No, you just had a still image of creepy guy saying there. Like I get like save time and all that.
Yeah.
God, like just the experience is like, oh,
I am
Yeah.
very happy with the new art and all the new shading on it.
I would have to beat you if you weren't. You're on my
It
team.
looks
I'm
so-
allowed to slap you. But
Me?
no, I think it looks great. Yes, you. Adam's not on my
Yeah,
team.
I love it so much.
I
It,
think
it looks so
the-
good.
I think the video quality's gotten better, but I think the mouth sync's gotten a little off.
Oh, there's
It-
only
it-
so much they can do.
it's
But
Like
always
the
it's
shading
the right
is-
shape. It's like the right shaping for the mouth,
yeah.
but it's just off by like half a second, and I'm noticing it.
Have you not seen the other volumes? They've always
They've always been a little bit better about matching it up.
Yeah, but the the animation quality's gone up so dramatically.
Yeah.
oh dude, yeah. It's
In,
out there.
in some ways, it's reminiscent of like Red versus Blue, and it's like
Oh,
they just
yeah. Like the
slowly
live-
but surely got better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We also need to catch up on the newest season, but we'll get to that later. Oh man, that whole thing. Oh my god. So I'm not sure if everybody caught it, but there was a tribute to Monty in the first 2 minutes.
I think
Oh, yeah.
most of us caught that.
Everyone
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Anyone who gives enough of a
Anyone who knows
Anyone who
enough
gives a
about
I'll
care.
try
Monty,
not to swear.
like anyone who knows anyone who knows enough about Monty, they were like, yeah, it's pretty much a tribute to Monty right there.
Yeah.
I don't even give a care.
I mean,
That's what we're gonna say from now on.
to be honest, I think it's half a tribute to Monty because I think that was gonna be there originally.
Like the sunset itself,
Yeah,
I mean,
all that.
or sunrise, whatever it may be.
Yeah,
No, I think that
Yeah,
was
but it was really good how they did it. I liked
No.
it.
that would be sunrise, yeah. Because RWBY was saying, "Oh, Dad's here. We're off to the tournament. Wish me luck." So I'd imagine
But-
that'd be in the morning.
Doesn't mean they
I've been
are
awake
pretty far
for a
away
while
off.
now. I'm not just rising now. I've been awake for a while. Get it? Because
Building your
sunrise.
plasma.
Oh, beat you. Anyway.
Okay, so I have a somewhat of a groundless, not entirely groundless prediction,
Yeah,
but it has to do with the Schnees.
yeah. What about?
Because
Bless you.
But like how the beginning of the episode, Weiss's father calls her, and then she
Yep.
ignores it,
Mhm.
and then her card gets declined.
Yep.
I have a feeling that the Schnee company is going to go bankrupt.
No.
Oh.
Well, okay, that's a prediction, but
I mean, it's probably groundless.
I think
Yeah.
it's just more like, oh, you're not going to talk to me? Well,
yeah,
deal with it.
That's what I got
Yeah.
from it. Like,
Though
That's-
they have had an alarming amount of products stolen from them, so it might not be. I wouldn't say they
Yeah.
went bankrupt, but they're probably not doing so hot.
Yeah,
well,
that's
like I wasn't trying to like this whatever, I don't know, I forget the word. I wasn't trying to this your what's it called, your theory.
no,
I
it
was
was
like, no,
almost-
like I was trying to I was trying to say like what I got out of that car being declined.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like that theory is good. Like I actually like that theory, but I'm saying like what I got from that part was, well, call me now or
No money for you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Toradora, yo. The exact same thing happens.
Yeah.
But one of my other friends was saying that there might be a chance that the Schnee's dad actually is really caring about the girls, but just doesn't know how to show it.
That would make sense.
So you mean like a
That's a very
dad?
Yeah, because like there's just we don't have any sort of actual interaction, so maybe he was just stressed out, and then Weiss just interpreted it as like negativity towards her. Or we don't have anything to base that off of, but it's open enough that I think it's not an unreasonable thing.
Yeah.
That's a very common trope among like rich
Anime.
families. Like
Yeah, like
father-
if you
No,
played
well, yeah, rich family in any
Mhm.
show, like it doesn't even have to be anime. Like
doesn't even have to
Yeah.
be rich. Like Final Fantasy X, if you played that game, Jacked was such a dick to Titus, but he was always looking out for him all the time. He just didn't know how to show any positive emotion to his kid.
yeah,
My other theory is the fact that the world of Remnant might not be as close as to what we think it is, and the fact that like a lot of things might be different in the fact that maybe having like a father isn't such a big deal in that universe, because as we don't hear anything about the fathers really, and whenever
Yeah.
you hear the things about like Ruby and Yang's, they always talk about the mom and the moms, and the dad's kind of like, oh yeah, he's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
no one else gets really mentioned.
All I know is I want to cosplay from Team Hot Dads.
Team Hot Dads.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the fans are calling Team. It's either quartz or turquoise, most likely at this point.
Of who?
Tai Yang's team,
Oh,
Team Hot Dads.
Team Hot Dads.
Team Hot Dads.
Yeah.
But there's only one dad there. Like
I love that so much.
Right.
Interesting. So let's move on to the actual tournament itself.
Oh my gosh, my
Ah,
wife, my waifu.
oh, dude, she's into
Ah,
girls.
yes.
Yeah, no chance. No chance.
no chance.
I'm like 90% sure she's a lesbian from everything I've learned.
I
She didn't
am
have dialogue. She was just riding a skateboard.
0% on how much of a. I have no idea what her sexual preference is, to be honest.
Yeah, let's not go
Like,
quickly
it's-
judging into
Because
that.
like there's nothing. We just saw them in the tournament. They lost, and that's it.
Yeah, let's not go quickly into judging.
Like we
Well-
can talk about their fighting style and
Yeah.
how much
I dig
the
I dig
guys
the
didn't do
style.
anything.
I really dig how like smooth her fighting style is. And
That was cool.
Her weapon design is really cool.
What was
Like,
the
The
name?
hoverboard guns.
Yeah, and it's apparently it's like dust powered from what I saw.
Yeah, she just slaps it and pretty much just ate it up.
A
Yeah,
lot of
I really-
things could be
I really
just powered.
They did that. Well, that's true.
What's his name? The team leader of that team?
It's probably Auburn, not Auburn.
No, Arslan, something like that. Hang on, let me
What
read.
about Arslan?
Is that her name?
Yeah, that's the leader.
Yeah, Arslan. So, what I've noticed, like her weapon, I think I could have. To be honest, I just saw this episode once, so it's just based off that one time I watched it. I think her weapon is like a not chainsaw.
It's a wire.
It's a wire and
Like a kunai with the weight.
no, it's not. It's not a kunai. It's a weight. It's just a weight. It's a
Yeah.
wire and a weight. Like, and here's the thing: the crazy part is that I recently discovered this kind of fighting style
Who's
in
this?
a manga that
Oh,
I'm reading. There's one of the characters recently has the same fighting style, well, in terms of weapons, but instead of instead of a string, it was a chain, a small chain, but still. I was like,
With the wire, I immediately thought of
it's a wire and a weight because
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Ours
immediately
didn't-
thought of either
yeah, Arslan
Hitman or
tied up Yang. I was like, oh,
What I really found funny was I think this was a slight Smite reference or something,
yeah,
because they got lined up perfectly, and then got knocked away.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a slight like Smite reference.
Why
Could be.
Smite?
Rooster
It's like-
Teeth is a big fan of Smite.
I feel like there was a little bit of inspiration there, if you will.
It's not unreasonable because like on their channel they did this big office wide Smite tournament not that long ago. So it's reasonable. But that opening tournament scene, it was so good.
It was amazing. Oh my
Like
god,
I
it was
really
amazing.
like the fights.
What's really interesting is how much Blake is just like energetic about it as well.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
Especially-
am so glad.
Especially the little hip hip hurrah, if you will.
yeah.
I'm so glad she's like past her angstiness and stuff because I felt like she got the most character development in the first 2 seasons just from the nature of them going after the White Fang so much, and I feel like the other characters didn't get a chance to like show anything other than that one scene of Yang talking to Blake about their
Yeah.
childhood. But even then, that's because Blake was forcing herself to stay awake too much. Like I feel like it was pretty Blake centric for a while there, so I'm just glad to see
Yeah.
it moving away
And then
from
there
that.
was the inevitable John arc.
The John
There's a
arc or the
little
Jean
bit.
arc?
a little bit.
I hope you guys know that was a pun.
It
Yeah.
was.
No, I got it.
Just a
It
little
just wasn't a good one.
bit. It was, yeah.
Boom.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, I don't know why they focus so much on Jean. I can understand maybe in a long time, like, explain this. I
think
have
it's
no
just
better words for
because-
this, but in a long time going, I can understand that.
In the long
But
run,
I think we would have loved seeing more of Team RWBY actually have bonding moments than see that.
yeah,
Like if that
Yeah.
was if that was like behind the scenes of those bonding scenes, like having a bonding scene and then like a few minutes of like just John dealing with those kind of stuff,
Mhm.
then it would be a little bit
I
better.
think it's just because they want to show that Jean is like a very unskilled person, but he has a lot of potential.
You could still do that without giving him so much of the
Yeah.
show's time.
yeah. Here's the thing, like they did it because that's what they thought they need to put in now instead of later.
I understand that. Like I completely understand
Yeah, yeah,
having
yeah.
that for later, but I felt like you could have put that into a lot smaller proportion and focused a lot more on Team RWBY because we don't know a lot about how the Team RWBY dynamic works. We know how they fight, but we don't know how they actually interact.
True.
Yeah. And we don't know
Huh?
like how much has changed over the
At least what 6
like
months.
little height. Yeah.
I'm a victim.
Oh my god. Can we
No.
not? Can we not?
Not what?
Same.
Let's talk about Neo. Like,
Oh,
here's the thing.
Oh.
Like,
she's
Oh
great.
yes, the
let me.
newness.
I have a question. So,
I have an answer.
do they know her name? Like
Yeah.
before
Oh,
Volume 3?
hmm.
'Cause
They've-
if they
They've seen her. That's why she's in costume.
but do they
Yeah.
know their
Because she's a pretty
No.
recognizable character.
No, I know
No,
what
like-
I know what he's saying. Because on the screens on each side for the teams, they display the name and their current aura level.
What do they get?
So
Do they show
No,
that
no.
for her, though?
I'm talking about before Volume 3.
I don't
do they-
think
Oh
don't
yeah,
think
I don't think they ever learned Neo's name is actually Neo. And
Yeah,
Roman
it's-
did say Neo, but that was it. That's all they got out of it. He
During
said
the,
Neo
White
once in
Fang-
front of them.
White Fang rally, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't remember Roman mentioning Neo at the rally. So
No,
If that's
it was
true-
only. It's
that's
only
true,
when they
then-
took off.
Huh.
Like Neo, Ice Queen. It's like, hey, yeah. So they might know Neo's name if they were listening, but I don't know after all those events if they would have caught that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them specifically.
Plus, they only heard the name once, and I doubt it would like stick out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to Yang, but I don't
the
think
only
it would
person that would have heard it would have been Sun and Blake. Whether or not they actually even heard it or repeated it to them is another story.
So
No, just before when just before Yang charges up and punches them, they shatter into glass or whatever.
I
Yeah,
don't think
that's
she
when
actually mentions her name.
No, he says Neo, and then she like does a little bow thing.
Neo, Ice Queen.
oh yeah,
Hey.
that's right.
Oh.
So they probably changed her name at the tournament.
Yeah,
as well.
I'm sure they don't exactly ID you.
Yeah.
Because, like, oh, hey, you're from. I mean, they're posing they're from a completely another, like, different school, like, with no trouble.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like they have fake IDs or anything. They got their hands on uniforms that kind of look like that's all you needed.
Yeah.
Or they might actually be from Haven, but they're way too involved with the White Fang to be, like, students.
Go Haven.
I don't think it's that
Team
easy. I think that there is a lot of messing around with the system. Because she did, after all, like, put some sort of virus into the system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During Dance
what that
Infiltration.
is.
Yeah. Though it's not very hard to break into these schools, apparently, because John got some fake transcripts, and it's pretty clear that he does not match those credentials.
So the paperwork isn't exactly precise as, like, our universe.
Yeah. Or as strict, it seems like.
Well, they have bigger problems in that universe.
Yeah, constantly threat of dying every day. Wait, we have that too, but like not from monster attacks.
Not as much.
We don't exactly have kaiju.
They are grim. Thank you.
God, imagine a kaiju grim. That'll be amazing.
You mean a mammoth?
Well, that's a mammoth. That's like a big.
Yeah.
That's probably considered like just elephants of
I guess
Grim.
to an extent. Sure, why not?
No, the kaiju would be a lot bigger, and they're typically
Yeah.
bipedal.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring up Ren. What do you guys think of the new voice?
It's pretty good.
I think
It's similar, but you can definitely tell the difference.
Yeah.
No, I can.
Then
There's
he talks a
definitely
lot
difference.
more and not less silently.
He's had
Yeah.
a lot more lines, it seems like, already.
Yeah.
Than season 1 and 2 combined.
Well, is that? I don't think
just
Monty.
that one scene. He was a chatterbox.
Yeah, he's actually
Especially
pretty
for-
talkable.
Oh.
Pretty talkative.
You're talking about?
Oh, Lyra in volume 3 is a lot more talkative.
Yeah, that's because
Oh.
this is just assuming based off other things that Monty said. Like, recording's fun. It takes some of my time.
That's
yeah.
I think
And
he's
I'm
supposed
like,
to be a bit of a quiet character to begin with, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think he intentionally gave him a few lines and purposefully didn't make him like completely OP so people wouldn't think it's a self-insertion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Because,
His
I mean,
weapons
Lyran gets his
aren't
shit kicked
actually-
around.
What does his weapons do, really? Because other than pistols, it's like.
Pistol daggers. That's kind of it. But
Yeah.
his melee skills seem pretty fine without it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stormflower. I believe that's the name of the weapon.
That is.
I like the fact that they actually confirmed that Ren and Nora don't actually have any family and stuff. I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah.
The thought.
This was a very casual way to bring it up.
That's
Very casually, we're orphans. We have no home. We'll be Team
Apparently,
Lucifer.
that's all right.
That was a very
Actually, something
casual-
something I noticed at the end of season 2 when the alarms are going off is Nora's covering her ears and like clenching her eyes like in pain,
Yeah.
and I don't think her reaction was out of pain so much as like negative memories. I know there's online theories going around saying that she might actually suffer from like PTSD and anxiety,
Yeah, I love it.
and that both her and her parents both her and Ren's parents died from an attack, and that raid signal is more of a trigger than it is a like pain, like a physical pain. It's more like a trigger of all the like memories and stuff.
That kind of does match up with her personality because she's trying to be overly like energetic to hide
Yeah.
the fact that she's actually probably
Pretty
the
sad.
person with like the most sadness.
Yeah.
keep telling
Yeah,
my friend
this
this. He's like, nah. Hello.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah.
It just went dead silence.
Yeah,
Silent
we have nothing
for
to talk
a
about.
second.
Yeah. So how about the little symbol underneath Neo's boot? Did any of you catch that?
No.
Excuse me while I go look at her shoes.
What about
Oh,
what about that
gosh.
joke that made it into
I saw that
movie
one.
with John?
I'm sorry, what?
There's a joke that the animation team made about John, that he writes down left on his left shoe and right on his right shoe, and that joke made it into the show.
Yeah.
Did it really?
It really did. If you look at the opening and you see when they're falling down, and you pause at John, you'll see right and left on the shoe, on the bottom of the shoes.
Let's see. No, I know what you're talking about. I saw that. I thought that was funny as hell. Or heck. It's all heck. It was funny as all heck.
Welcome to Heck, nerd.
Interesting. Yeah, but no,
Sorry.
her symbol is like a very like I don't know the exact name of the weapon. I wouldn't say exactly Morningstar, but it's some sort of ninja blade.
Ninja blade.
This whose?
Neo.
Yeah.
I'll have to
There's
go
a
look
symbol
it
on
up.
the bottom of her boot. I don't know if she just stole those clothes, or if that's actually her real symbol.
Oh, I found the stomp scene. Let me go frame by frame here.
You could probably also find the picture on Tumblr.
Oh, I see it. Huh. Interesting.
We'll image search.
Oh,
I'll
could just
probably
snip it.
insert it right about now. And now it's gone.
I can share my screen if you want to see that for a second.
No, I'll just put it in post.
Okay, cool. So anyway,
Let's
I actually
post.
didn't notice that, but that might be a name. I feel like that would be more of a name brand thing because it looks pretty generic. Because I don't know, I imagined her symbol to be more, I don't know, flowery or illusiony or something, not so much ninja-y.
Well, yeah. Well, there's also the possibility of being tied in with Raven as well, and then there's that whole like she has her own like weird persona, if you will.
I'm gonna have to find that. That's what I'm gonna do right now.
Yeah.
Okay, in the show, it's at the 9:34 mark.
All right, cool.
I love that smile she gives just before she does the head stomp, though.
What's the other cool
wait.
thing, and the reason why I kind of brought up the symbol is because she does actually make a noise in there.
Oh yeah.
Whether or not she's still mute is debatable.
Whether or
among-
not she
among
has
the fans.
dialogue is
But she does actually have like a
Yeah.
little noise.
she
She might
can
be a
make
selective mute.
she?
she can make like grunts and whatnot, but we don't know
Yeah,
if she's gonna
that's a-
have. We don't
No,
know
you're
if she
right.
has actual dialogue.
Because she did
Huh.
like a
That's a thing that mutes can already do.
because she
They
did
can-
like a
Okay.
kind of noise just
Yeah.
before she stomps.
She did. I just listened to it. Huh. Weird. Maybe she just doesn't know how to speak.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, there could be multiple languages in Remnant.
Yeah. Maybe she just doesn't know how to communicate verbally.
Or she doesn't want to.
There
Yeah.
is selective mutism,
It's like I don't
which
feel like
would
talking.
give her a lot of good story.
Yeah. Man, ads on Crunchyroll are great.
Sure.
Oh my god. So, tuna, or that tuna ramen scene
Wait, hold
was.
on. I'm gonna stop you
Oh
there.
god.
I'm gonna pause you there. Let's back up. Let's back it up a little bit. And that's in the same area. So in that same area, like we were just talking about this earlier.
Oh, is it the
Yatsu? Let's talk about Robot and Yatsu. Okay, so let's talk about Robot first because it's more. It's
Who's
less.
that guy?
Yeah, it's like
Oh, Roman.
There's no Robot.
Yeah.
A robot.
So at
There's
the very
there-
back of the image in that shot, there's a blue and white tent, and if you look and get really close, there's a robot like, I guess pretending to sell something.
one of those
And it's
little
just really
eyes?
funny because he has like his hands up and be like, "Hey!" And it's also one of those new models of the robots too.
The
It's
paladin.
in that it's in that wide shot, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Oh
bottom,
my god, you're right.
In the bottom
Oh.
left, there's Yatsu
Right.
flexing for the ladies. For whatever
Yeltsin's
reason.
great.
It's either that or he's tossing something.
No, it looks
No,
like
it looks like he's flexing for the
flexing.
girls because he's looking at them.
Yeah.
yeah, look at this.
So I think it's fair to, since we're talking about Yatsu, it's fair to bring up that little conspiracy thing about him being in the White Fang.
Okay, let me just say something. Like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, let me say
You're
something.
going all Kanye West all
yeah,
up in
yeah,
here.
yeah. I'm sorry. Because, okay, so that you know the part where they circle like the arm, you know, like that one dash on Yatsu's arm and then one dash at
Oh, do you mean Junior?
at the lieutenant's
Or yeah,
What?
the lieutenant, not Junior. I don't know why I said Junior.
at the lieutenant's arm. You know, when
Yeah.
they circle. So that's not a tattoo they were circling.
hmm
That was just a line on a muscle.
Oh,
That's
true.
what I thought it was because I can't see
Interesting.
him.
I've never heard that theory before, but interesting.
It's a line. No, it's legitimately a line outlining a muscle that they have on their arm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, there
so
was
I finally found the
What?
I finally found the boot thing. Looks
Oh,
just like shuriken.
Right? People are saying that's her symbol right now, though, in the wiki, but it's all just speculation.
Unless I'm looking at it wrong, and it's like three little, like a kind of triple yin yang thing.
No, I see it.
Yeah, I could be looking at it wrong, but
No,
Right
I
now-
think that's the general consensus.
Oh, speaking of symbolism, what about her eyes?
What about them?
I don't know.
Does she
What's
have?
the symbol?
Does she almost have the power to control her eye color?
Yeah,
I guess like illusion's probably her thing.
her semblance. Yeah, because when she sees Raven, her eyes both go white. Just before Yang punches her, her eye color inverts.
Yeah.
They flip with each other. Her eye colors change pretty frequently.
That's actually
Yang's changes just because of that rage, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's different. That's not even the same level as Neo. She is just kind of flipping them around because she can. It looks like
it's kind of interesting to think that color of your eyes can be changed by your aura.
semblance.
Semblance, sorry. Well,
I
semblance
kind
and
of drew
aura.
inspiration for
No,
my
aura
OPs.
powers your semblance.
It's like a force field.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Let's go back to Neptune about with the fish.
You want to go back to the fish? Okay.
Yeah, let's go with the fish.
I
Straight away from
loved that scene. Oh my god, that scene when like
was
Blake
cute.
is
that.
getting the
Hold on.
tuna taken away from her, and Pyrrha's like,
Yeah.
maybe I could treat you, and Ruby's like, oh, you don't have to, but she could. Just that immediate like, I want this. Oh
So-
my god, I love
Yeah.
seeing Blake happy, like
So-
not just so angsty at least.
Does the guy know or? Because
I'm sure.
I think he
I don't
knows
think
that
so.
Blake's a Faunus.
Well,
That
she's
old man
obviously
is
been there
everywhere.
before. If all she
yeah.
needed was the head nod and like, yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
old
he was-
man is everywhere.
Yeah, but that old man probably was just like, I don't care if you're Faunus or not. I just want money.
Well,
so
well,
I
obviously,
can
but-
live and retire.
I know, but I'm saying like, she
So I don't
doesn't
have to run this
tell
noodle
many
stand
people
forever.
that she's a Faunus. That's what I'm saying. Like, does he know or does he just know that Blake likes fish? That's it. And he's like, all right, here's your fish.
I think it doesn't matter either way. Cause
It doesn't matter, yeah, but it's like so curious. Like,
I think
he would know at this point, though.
Yeah.
Because,
little joke.
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I think he knows at this point because there's no reason for her to hide it. There's people walking around plain view as Faunus. And she doesn't have to hide from her group anymore about where she came from.
Why, so about the Faunus, like you know how there's like background characters, like general girl, general guy,
Mhm.
like whatever. Same thing with the Faunus, like general Faunus, cat, Faunus dog, whatever.
The deer Faunus, I think. Yeah, a lot of
Or
does,
that, or
I'd
that,
say.
or that too. Almost all of them, whatever they have to show that they're a Faunus, are white. So if they have white ears, white antlers, white tails. Whatever.
Interesting. I've never. Well,
Like-
Sun has
Well,
a yellowtail.
Yeah, but I'm saying like for the general.
Yeah, dude.
Faunus.
I'm.
Like
That might be
general
more so copy
background.
and paste, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be just like an easy out for like generic background characters.
But
Yeah,
they
that
did
makes
solve that a little bit with going from season 2 to season 3, and the fact that hey, we're bringing in more cultures,
Yeah.
and the culture we were in was
Season
just
1 to season 2.
yeah. But I'm just saying like that general like hey, there is other cultures. We're just
Yeah.
we're in this somewhat primordial.
Yeah. It was
I can't say the
very-
word. I'm sorry.
I would say
Primarily, there we
predominantly urban for those type
Yeah.
of Faunus.
Yeah.
Predominantly urban. Because
There
whereas
was a subtle thing that they did, but it was very good at like giving Remnant some depth.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, for the generic background characters for the Faunus, they just gave them like the same color of
Yeah.
whatever animal parts they
know.
have.
Well, wasn't
like
in
him.
some of the when they were doing the Vital tournament like announcement thing with
No, they still
Oh,
have
yeah.
white.
Oobleck and stuff? Are you sure? I could
Yeah.
have sworn those art pieces had some funness with
I mean, the
maybe
art
like a
pieces,
brown.
yeah, the art pieces, yes, but I'm talking about like the models.
Yeah, but that's because modeling is a little bit harder.
Yeah, but I don't know. But I'm saying like, since they can easily like randomize the hair color, and also the hair color and the hairstyles also
Yeah.
with everyone. I'm saying maybe they'll like randomize the color of the Faunus antlers or ears or whatever. Or something. I don't know. Maybe it's different. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I wouldn't
But
be
I
too.
feel
I
like-
wouldn't be too worried about that.
Nah, and I'm not. I'm just like saying like,
I see where you're going.
It's a
with it, though.
detail I just saw. Like,
Yeah, I feel you. It's a very artistic thing.
I realize I'm talking about the technical side of the show a little bit.
I feel like that the new episode, it was a very good way to come back from the hiatus.
Oh yeah.
Like,
it
it
was
was
a
a-
very good blend.
Yeah.
It's
It
a good start.
definitely made you like, wait, where's the next episode? I want more already.
Right.
Yeah.
Sponsors, yo.
Team Jupiter. I said that on purpose, by the way. Team Jupiter fight. I want that. I said that on purpose. I want to remind people of that.
Why
Team
so?
Jupiter.
Please explain
Yeah.
yourself.
So like, there's a guy on YouTube. He like looks at like RWBY episodes. He analyzes things, all that.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
think
sure-
I know who you're talking about.
Jack the One Man Band is what he's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. And sometimes he'll call Team Juniper or Team Jupiter by accident. So I was like, yeah.
I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like purposeful.
Wait, does that mean you combine like Team Sun and Team Juniper?
No, he just mistakenly
No, it's just the
say
flow.
Jupiter.
That he mistakenly says his own dreams.
Yeah.
Okay, made a joke.
Oh.
Didn't get any traction.
Sorry.
I'm laughing at you, if that helps.
I'm still disappointed that
Yeah.
that Team Sun or Team SSN. However you
Sucks.
part-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sun.
Is it? Is
It's
there?
Sun, but I
It's-
read it.
It's
differently.
Sun.
It's Sun.
Okay.
It's
Okay, so
Sun.
they did
I
confirm.
read it. I read it as sin. I'm like, that makes more sense to me. All right.
I'm still,
Well, in terms of pronunciation.
yeah, I'm still kind of upset that they didn't get any screen time.
So speaking
Sorry.
of which, there was a bit of a little bit of screen time when a bit of a fighting scene, I believe, with Scarlet. We still don't know the actual
Oh.
gender of Scarlet.
I think
We don't know
it's
the
fair
what?
to assume that Scarlet's a guy.
Are you sure about that?
Like-
Because there's a lot of people assuming that it's a no gender as they, if you will.
Oh, in general,
Well-
gender, I don't know. We can't say
Exactly.
really. Gender, we cannot
Is
say.
it-
Sex, we can say.
Sex, yeah, sex is what I mean.
Male.
Well, they are. I would say he's a guy biologically
He's a
and
male.
gender role because they're based off a very specific K-pop group.
Oh yeah, that's you.
Yeah, G Dragon, Top, Taeyang, and Daesung from Big Bang, and they follows them pretty closely in terms of like design and hairstyles and things like that. In fact, the music video Big Bang has a very, very identical Neptune outfit in terms of color palette and everything. So he's kind of androgynous, but that's a very common trait in K-pop.
Yeah,
But I would,
that's true.
I'm on board for saying he's a guy who just happens to be semi. Video Big Bang has a very identical Neptune outfit in terms of color palette and everything. So he's kind of androgynous, but that's a very common trait in K-pop. But
that's true.
I'm on board for saying he's a guy who just happens to be semi. Video Big Bang has a very identical Neptune outfit in terms of color palette and everything. So he's kind of androgynous, but that's a very common trait in K-pop. But
that's true.
I'm on board for saying he's a guy who just happens to be semi. Video Big Bang has a very identical Neptune outfit in terms of color palette and everything. So he's kind of androgynous, but that's a very common trait in K-pop. But
that's true.
I'm on board for saying he's a guy who just happens to be semi. Video Big Bang has a very identical Neptune outfit in terms of color palette and everything. So he's kind of androgynous, but that's a very common trait in K-pop. But
that's true.
I'm on board for saying he's a guy who just happens to be semi. Video Big Bang has a very identical Neptune outfit in terms of color palette and everything. So he's kind of androgynous, but that's a very common trait in K-pop. But
that's true.
I'm on board for saying he's a guy who just happens to be semi. Video Big Bang has a very identical Neptune outfit in terms of color palette and everything. So he's kind of androgynous, but that's a very common trait in K-pop.
Yeah,
But I would,
that's true.
I'm on board for saying he's a guy who just happens to be semi. Video Big Bang has a very identical Neptune outfit in terms of color palette and everything. So he's kind of androgynous, but that's a very common trait in K-pop.
Yeah,
But I would,
that's true.
I'm on board for saying he's a guy who just happens to be semi. Video Big Bang has a very identical Neptune outfit in terms of color palette and everything. So he's kind of androgynous, but that's a very common trait in K-pop.
Yeah,
But I would,
that's true.
I'm on board for saying he's a guy who just happens to be semi.